Warner, come. Good boy, come. Come. Down. Much of the time I'm doing a let's go work sandwich, slow follow me work, then some faster, fun-paced work with challenges like this, and then I slow them down again. But Warner was already in place for a while, and he was already calm. So basically, if the dog is super excited, I calm them down with slow work before doing fun recall work that, has some adrenaline attached to it, some arousal attached to it. And then I calm them down again with slow work. But if that's not needed, if your dog is calm, you can go right into the fun work. And I'm often more demanding with speed to help drain some of that anxiety. But as you can see, I'm a little pregnant and moving a little slower these days in general. Now, Warner can't even handle me being in a different room as him. And so working on out of sight place or downstay is really, really good for him. So he started incorporating that into his routine. So when he gets up right here and I say no, I'm tapping e-collar, and I was a little low. How I know I was a little low level-wise is because I would have wanted to kind of stop him in his tracks and then have him follow me back to place the placemat in the kitchen. Please start these exercises for several weeks on leash, and then a long leash. You can find thin, long leashes for dogs, and then dragging a leash before there's no leash at all. And if he really, really could not handle the out of sight downstays today, I would have just put a leash on him to help him out. Now, see how much better he did on that one? That's how I knew I didn't need to put a leash on him, at least not just yet, because tap of the e-collar and body language moving in, he went and reset himself. That's the kind of problem solving I want to see. Now, he's still pretty young, so I'm still using food, and also just his temperament. He needs a little food to soften the obedience, and so that's why I'm rewarding him for staying just like you would in early stages of working on stay with a young dog or puppy. Warner, come. Good job, buddy. Place. Come. So I'm at a very low level on e-collar and waved him over. If he had struggled with that, I would have turned around and backed up to draw him into me to navigate him to that place caught, just to be clear. But he's pretty good at it now, so he didn't need it. Warner, come. Good boy, come. Come here. Warner, come. Come. Nope. So this is a manipulative thing he does even on leash, that rolling around. And an alarm went off on my phone, so I had to go restart the recording. So anyway, that kind of reset his brain. But typically I would just scroll up and maybe move back a bit more if I've got the space, and draw him into me, right? And then if I have to, go get a leash and put on him to work through that trouble spot of going in crate. Warner, come. Down. Now, I still consider that a trouble spot. So what I do is I repeat the exact same sequence again and again until it's clean. And it's no surprise that he does the same thing again. So I tweak what I'm doing. See, look, so I'm kind of crowding it. So I take a step back onto the cot. He's shaking his head because I am tapping low-level e-collar, but it's not a big correction or anything. But anyway, by doing that step down, it just kind of made it more open and obvious for him. Yes, he knows what crate means. He knows to go in crate. But by just doing a bit of a rock back motion, it does help. And so if a dog is struggling with something, those body language tweaks go a really long way in helping unlock your dog's brain without any sort of force. And that's a really good thing, because just like with e-collar, they're doing more work on their own and following your body language, which is their first language. So that was just a little reset and a down. I just turned, faced him till he settled, and laid all the way down. Yay! So that time he went all the way in. Warner, come. So I will do that for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever the dog needs in order to help them with their anxiety and be able to be tired and rest and crate. Okay, so I have a lot of videos on this, on how to train this calm let's go work. It's just move when I move, stop when I stop. When I first start to teach it, if the dog is pretty wild, I might be much speedier at it, but the whole goal is to slow dramatically down. And you're just doing 180s, so I'm kind of diagonal in my house, but I can use the hallway behind the couch. I'm teaching, again, move when I move, stop when I stop. And he's off leash now. At this point, we just got to him being able to be off leash at the 2-week mark, because he does not have a great follower mode unless I have food and we're doing puppy obedience training. And inside, he's very good at this. Outside, it's still, he's on long leash. Now, the purpose of this exercise is many things: leadership, teaching your dog how to be in follower mode, teaching your dog how to be off leash. We teach it also to slow your dog down in the house and be more respectful of the home. So we'll walk by, distractions in the home, like the plants and trash can and coffee table and all that. But for this specifically, it is very much about slowing down the brain and the heart rate, doing a form of meditation that just slows the dog's brain down, momentum, the heart rate goes down, so we fully settle them before we put them in place or in crate. This truly is just a pause. There's no sit, there's no down. It's just don't move around. So when he got up earlier, I just kind of drew him back into me, rocking back, and then frozen. He knows what to do. And that was a turn right there. I turned quickly because he kind of charged forward towards the front door. And so again, it's just about them following you around, not darting ahead of you. And if they do, you use that momentum to counteract and turn. So you kind of counteract their momentum or re-navigate it, however you want to look at it. But those pauses are really important. They could be 10 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. I like to not move on from the pause until the dog is really comfortable being bored. Now, please remember, this dog already knows what's up. So with a brand new dog, I've got videos for this. It looks very different, but I don't give him any eye contact. I don't even say good boy, because I just want him to calmly hang out next to me without any feedback. All right. And so, except what not to do, don't go this way, don't go this way. Just hang out next to me and just kind of be bored and exist. That's what the dogs are missing from their life, honestly, in a lot of different situations. So this kind of recreates that very holistic approach to just basic foundational dog training of move when I move, stop when I stop. So that's why we do this, and we make sure that the dogs are calm before we go to the next phase, which is usually place or crate. So then I put him in place, and I'm doing some out of sight with him in place. And we got to work on this a lot because, well, pregnant lady, I'm kind of doing a lot of quick bathroom trips really often. So we got to work on out of sight place a lot. And it was impossible for him in the beginning to be in crate or in place and me in another room, especially if he heard a door. So we mimicked that in the beginning. I would pretend to open and shut a door, and I would linger around the corner. He probably knew a lot of times, but it was still hard for him because of his anxiety. And then finally, by the end of the 2 weeks, I was able to use the restroom multiple times during a training session without having to worry about him getting up. But I will point out that this is not a paused video. This is him not moving, hyper-focused on me re-entering. And so my point is just that he won't fully relax, but we're getting there.